Hi, guys. Hope you're having an awesome day. 3 days till the election in the States. Couldn't be happier. I know that the results are going to turn out as they may, and my happiness is not predicated on something external like who wins an election. And I hope you guys all feel the same way. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether you've got a narcissistic, brutish bully that's crass and troglodyte, or you've got a narcissistic bully that browbeats senior citizens into giving up their way of life and wants to mandate morality. And y'all get to live your own life based on your own happiness, and that's why greatness starts with the first step.
Every episode's a stepping stone, a journey shared, a story untold.
So, how's the election going to turn out? Who really gives a rat's ass? It could be anybody. Anybody's game right at the moment. Close horse race.
Take that first step, embrace the fight. Every mile starts right here with courage driving, no more fear. Greatness starts with the first sip. Take that step, don't ever quit.
Going forward. And there can be unification going forward. And the disaffected and the disenfranchised that feels that their voice isn't being heard are going to determine the outcome of the election. And whether they decide that that aligns with Trump, that aligns with Harris, doesn't really matter. All I know is that the outliers are the people that put 10,000 hours into honing a skill set, and whether I talk for 5 minutes or 5 hours, I'm getting closer and closer towards those 10,000 hours of extra practice when I speak, becoming clearer at speaking. And really and truly, at the end of the day, that's what matters to me most. And it's not about anything external that can happen. I know and I trust the universe is going to provide me with the necessary resources in order to fulfill my destiny, which is inspiring other people to embrace that happiness in their own lives. And the first way that you do that is by forgetting about external measures and trying to find external reasons to be happy. Because if you focus on the negativity and the us versus them mentality, you're going to lose so much in the way of what can truly bring you forward to living your highest authentic life. And if you don't have a college education and you're voting for Trump, excellent. If you have a college education and you're voting for Harris, excellent. You have a college education, you're voting for Trump. Excellent. If you don't have a college education and you're voting for Harris, that's excellent as well. It's not for us to judge morality, legislate morality, or anything else like that. Our morality is individualized as a fingerprint, and that's what both sides of the equation fail to recognize. And at the end of the day, that's why there's such this divide, is because people want to take away our own individual truth and dictate to us how we should think. And the only person that can dictate how you should think is yourself. And that's what I try to live each and every day. That's why I walk the 5 miles. That's why I take off my shirt and parade around the screen like a monkey each and every day. That's why I'm doing the exercise. That's why I'm transforming my body. That's why I'm transforming my mind. That's why I can rise above the political divide and the political squabbles that really and truly, at the end of the day, are less than meaningless to the real nature of reality, which is trusting the science. Everything is created out of energy. Energy can neither be created or destroyed, and only transformed. And where you put your thoughts and energy are what you're going to get. So if you hate a potential outcome, you're going to get that potential outcome because you're going to be inundated with reasons to hate the outcome. If you embrace the outcome, you're going to love the outcome because the outcome is inevitable, undeniable, and unstoppable. And that outcome is your own personal greatness. What's inside of you? Because at the end of the day, everything else is just two sides of the same coin. And you're going to create a reality based upon your own thoughts, behaviors, choices, actions, and beliefs. And that's going to shape your personal personality and create your personal reality. And if you want something external to shape that reality, you're going to leave yourself wanting instead of embracing the lifestyle. And so I'm going to live my life. I'm going to enjoy the banter back and forth and the accusations thrown back and forth and the people being downtrodden and beaten on and bullied into voting a certain way. And I just have to laugh because really and truly, a person's vote is entirely between their conscience and themselves. And it's not for pollsters to get it right or get it wrong, because right now there are an infinite number of possibilities and an infinite number of paths and an infinite number of opportunities for greatness. And when we focus on that greatness, that's when we as a society and we as a people will better our lives. But when we focus on what we don't like, we're going to get more of what we don't like. So when you go out and vote on Tuesday, if you haven't voted yet, I ask you to embrace what you want as opposed to what you don't want. I want you to embrace your happiness and know that that's inside of you, not some external result that happens. I love you all, guys. I hope you have an amazing, awesome day. And know this, I love you all. And tomorrow and Tuesday and Wednesday, the sun will appear in the east. It will disappear in the west, but it's always at its meridian. And it doesn't rise, it doesn't set. Everything is just two sides of the same coin. And once you embrace that reality and you embrace the inevitability of your own success and what makes you happy, and you stop focusing on things that don't make you happy, you can achieve greatness. And know that the universe will provide you with the necessary resources to live your best life and to experience your best reality and learn new lessons and evolve around the mundane and evolve beyond the mundane and transcend this three-dimensional reality. And it's at the end of the day, it's all a joke. And I'm going to keep plugging away no matter who wins. And I hope you guys do as well. And embrace that change that you want to create and live that life. And don't dictate to others how they should think, because nobody's way of thinking is superior or inferior to yours. And whether you're living on the street corner in the ghettos or you're living in a mansion in Beverly Hills, your way of being is equally valid. The lessons you're learning day to day are equally valid and the same as anybody else. So please vote your conscience, vote for a vision. Don't vote against something, vote for it. Love you all. Hope you have an awesome day, and see you tomorrow for more Coffee with Cam. Hi, guys. It's Sunday. I know I'm not usually out and about on a Sunday. I usually take that for family time and everything like that. But I woke up this morning knowing that I had to speak to all of you and knowing also that greatness starts with the first sip. So there's an election coming up in the United States of America. And to my loyal American followers and listeners, I haven't taken a side in the election so far. Really and truly, it all boils down to the fact that personally, I can't endorse a narcissistic bully for president. And guess what? Both sides in the political divide represent narcissistic bullies. On one hand, you've got a brutish, crass, overt narcissist who gnaws away and beats down and bullies each of his opponents and has a way of speaking that divides rather than unites a country. And on the other side, you've got a covert narcissist who bullies people into their way of thinking and even browbeats their political allies into submission. And yeah, at the end of the day, I can't really support either side. And I know really and truly at the end of the day, it doesn't matter which side eventually wins the election. And if you are worried about your own happiness based upon the results of the upcoming election, you've got it all wrong. So at the end of the day, I just wanted to put my 2 cents in about this upcoming election and why I believe that Nate Silver is the guy that's made huge changes and showing the whole momentum going towards Kamala right at the moment and away from Trump. And that's okay. It doesn't really matter. Nate's actually a genius, and I love his methodology and everything like that. But when he called out all the pollsters started swinging dramatically, releasing in the last couple of days towards Kamala. And what it boils down to is that, yes, we're going to try to swing popular opinion and motivate the troops of the Democratic base by saying, oh, all these votes are breaking her way in spite of what all the polls have been saying up until now. And at the end of the day, it comes down to the disaffected and the disenfranchised and the motivation to vote. And if you're going to vote for something or if you're going to vote against something. And at the end of the day, I prefer wholeheartedly to vote in favor of something, but that's not really an option in this upcoming American election. And as a Canadian, I don't have a vote or a say, but I do know that whatever happens come Wednesday morning, the sun's going to appear in the east, it's going to disappear into the west, and life will revolve. And as long as you predicate your happiness on an external result instead of focusing on what truly makes you happy, you're going to end up bitterly disappointed. And at the end of the day, I can't harp on this enough, is that the possibilities of happiness reside completely within you. And whoever wins an election, especially when you've got a narcissist running against a narcissist, whether it's browbeating their political opponents, it's at the end of the day, I can't see why you'd let that bother you. But my own personal beliefs and my own personal thoughts are it's wrong to try to legislate morality. And both sides have been doing that for so many years. And there's a new way, there's a better way. It's speaking for something and not speaking against something or browbeating somebody because of the way that they are brought up and raised. Why do people without a college degree more apt to associate with the Republican side? Well, that's simple. They haven't spent their entire lives being told how to think, and they're more apt to be open to other ways of thinking. And why do the Democrats thrive more in the college educated demographic? It's because they've been exposed to more ideas and have a different way of thinking, and they feel morally superior based upon those ideas they've been exposed to. And at the end of the day, a person's morality is not the choice to base an election opinion on. And browbeating other people, be they a troglodyte who you think of as backwards thinking, or be they a woke individual who disregards tradition and middle America, as it's so called, at the end of the day, it's two sides of the same coin. Each side trying to put their own morality on each other and fighting about something that's exactly the same two sides of the same coin. And even though I'm not probably the best equipped to say what I'm feeling inside right now, I can see it as this election as an opportunity for growth, expansion, transformation, and evolution. Because at the end of the day, no matter which side wins, it's all just window dressing that doesn't matter in this spiritual, energetic world that we live in. So all I can say, and it's from the bottom of my heart, whether you vote for the narcissistic bully that is crass and rude, or you vote for the narcissistic bully that browbeat a senior citizen into retirement, you're choosing a narcissist. And what can I say? I have a feeling that voting for something is better than voting against something. So look into your own conscience, look into what's going to make you happy at the end of the day inside of you, and look at each group's vision for the future and see what aligns with your higher self. Because at the end of the day, if you're just trying to vote against something, you're going to have more opportunities to see terror and horror and threats to democracy. Because there's threats to democracy on both sides. There's threats to the American dream on both sides. And it's going to be the disenfranchised and the disillusioned that are going to decide this election. And that's unfortunate because we need to come together as one people, and we have that ability. And each of us have that own unique perspective. And I can see either side winning, and it really doesn't affect my happiness one iota. And it's all just window dressing, taking away your thoughts and focus from what's truly important. And that's what's inside of you, reaching your own happiness and doing what makes you happy each and every day, as opposed to giving away your power, giving away your energy, not to ideals, but to what you don't like. So when you vote on Tuesday, vote for what you like instead of what you don't like, and you'll be happier with the end result. Live your life, love yourself, love your neighbor, because it's two sides of the same coin. And we're all energetic beings. We're all on a path of evolution. And it's not about being told how to think. And it's all about reaching within you and realizing what resonates with you and going towards that. Because at the end of the day, your moral code and your moral compass is as individualized as everyone else's, neither superior or inferior. So don't hate a Trump voter. Don't hate a Harris voter. We are all just people trying to live our best life in our best way. And our mode of thinking is equally viable, equally valid. And all I can say is, I love you all. And I hope to God that everything turns out peacefully, that there's no ill will or bitterness on each side, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Vote your conscience, vote your heart, and know that whichever narcissist comes out on top is inconsequential to you living a happy life. Thanks, guys. Hope you have an awesome day. Bye-bye.